When I was in Kenya, I went to a village called Kogelo. That's Barack Obama's village. I met with Barack Obama's uncle, who explained to me the differences or the similarities between the Luo of Kenya and the Igbos of Nigeria. Igbo of Nigeria. So today I'm in Uganda, and I also learned that there are also Luos in Uganda. Yeah. So I'm here with some Luo. He's also a Luo, and she is a Luo. So I want to know the similarities between Nigeria Igbo and the Ugandan Luo. Let me know if it's actually the same thing, like what Barack Obama uncle told me. So you guys are Luo, right?
Yeah, we are Luo.
Do you know of Igbo?
I do.
Of course. Of course, that's the first tribe. If you ask anyone which tribe do you know in Nigeria, they know the Igbo.
Are you serious? So you were learning Igbo language?
I was learning, and I still ought to learn for more.
Guys, see the way you speak, just like that Barack Obama's uncle.
The reason why I went for every book by Yachebe was because the culture is almost like ours.
So what made you want to learn Igbo actually?
I just like the culture and generally like the country, Nigeria, so far. And I want to be there. I hope my friend will take me there within one day.
I noticed that even here in Uganda, some of their names, like he was telling me before, some of their names also sound like Nigerian. Like he was saying
Obina.
that Obina,
Yeah, we have Obina here.
and you say you have Okay.
We have also
Okedi.
Akidi. It's like Akidi is a male name for the Nigerians.
Yes, yes.
But for me, Akidi is the female name.
In Luo, in Uganda.
Yeah, Luo Uganda.
Yeah.
The same Akidi will have in
Akidi you have him.
And also I could get names there that we could identify with.
Yeah, this is it.
They have Akidi.
I'm really sure. I've only heard of Obina. Then someone told us, do you know that some of the Luos are somehow related to the Igbos? Someone told us that they are somehow related to the Igbos. So I didn't understand so much what is all the history. So, but the Obina, we have Obina here. I'm so surprised there's Akidi.
There's Akidi.
Mado. I said there's a Juku. There's a Juku
We call ours Ojoko. That's the pronunciations, they're similar.
I noticed that in Luo, most of your names start with O.
Sure.
The male name starts with O, the female name starts with A.
Mostly.
Like me, my name is Angel. And his name is
Okelo.
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 Yeah.
That sounds Igbo. Oh my God. Want to get married? How do you what's the culture? Let me know if you descend with Igbo culture. Did they request for cows, dowries, and all those things?
Of course. Actually,
For real?
To marry in actually land, there is dowry.
Okay.
Our dowry is negotiable. It's not what they fix is not what you're supposed to pay. You're supposed to sit down with the in-laws and you negotiate on what you have. The negotiation is not that only because it has to be there, but it's because you need to interact with your in-laws, get to bond with them,
Yes.
get to interact with them.
Yes.
So they take that opportunity. That's why when you go to the house where they are negotiating the price, sometimes they even sit for 6 hours in that room.
Yeah, even in Nigeria. But
Sure.
yes, no. But do people complain that some parts of the Luo, their bride price is too high? People complain?
It is our Luo which is actually who has the highest bride price, and people fear marrying from us because
Just like marrying someone from Imo State in Nigeria. They have to get like from by say the list is on
What of Delta State?
ending.
What of Delta State? Are they not expensive?
You know Delta after the Biafran War, Nigeria Igbo War, the Biafran War. So some Delta they're trying to break away from Igbo because there are some restrictions that were put in Igbo part. So they're trying to break away.
Ambra State is also in Igbo.
Anambra is Igbo. Even Delta is Igbo originally. Yeah.
so that's the negotiation. Now, by the truth is actually in the whole Uganda, people fear marrying from our tribe.
The Imo State too.
In the whole Uganda, because the bride price is high, and what you need to bring to the in-laws, my goodness, the goat for the uncle. Once you marry in a home, the responsibility of a home is now you have to get related to the home. Now you will take the in-laws, all relatives, as your own relatives. Your uncles, in-laws, you take them all as now you're very, because these are people you're going to stay with more than you're going to stay with them more than your own families now.
Yes.
So you have to take very good care of you. Now for us here, we value the mother-in-law. If they're going to marry me off at Okelo's place, if I go to, if they want to marry me at Okelo's place, I have to first go to our mother-in-law for a test, for a marriage test.
Yeah.
You have to see, can this girl cook actually food? Can she cook like koro, malakwang?
Can she smear the house?
Can she smear the hats with this smearing? Yeah, you see. Can she smear the hats? Can she to cook the basic foods of actually like pound the? Can she go to the garden, weed, and even farm? They want to know, can she? Are we marrying someone who's going to take care of our son very well? Is our son going to go hungry?
Yeah.
They value so much. You know, Africans, they value so much.
Food. Oh my God.
Food so much. So food comes first. The first thing they will test is, will he be able to take care of my of our son well, like in terms of the stomach and everything.
Yes.
But the first priority is the stomach. Can she go to the garden and can she cook nice food for our son?
Yeah,
so they value that.
To add on that.
Do you think that this similarity between Igbo and Luo, is it coincidence, or do you think that there must be something related somewhere?
I have a feeling that maybe it's not by coincidence. Maybe there's some bit of Luo blood also in Nigeria.
Yeah, I heard someone say something like that just on my random comments on my media platforms. They were trying to say that even the Igbos, that some are related to the Luos. You know, the Luos are very big in Africa. I think Luos are one of the biggest ethnic groups. Because
imagine Igbo in Nigeria, Igbo, we are like almost 85 million Igbos.
Now let me tell you, in Uganda we have Luos, we have Acholi, we have now the Luos in Uganda we are categorized. We have Acholi, we have Jonam, Alu,
okay.
We have Yapadola.
Yapadola is there.
Even the Kumam, even the Langi, they speak.
Sure.
Even the Langi. All this they speak the Luo language.
Okay, what they have in common, all the Luos?
And we have what we have in common is our language and our lifestyle.
So all of them speak one language.
Sometimes also the dishes we cook.
I have not seen though, but I heard that there is a fufu. There's fufu in northern Uganda. I can't wait to see. Where can I find fufu? In Gulu.
We don't call it fufu. Our cassava. We call it cassava posho. There's what we call kwanbot.
Sure.
Kwanbot, you after boiling your cassava, you mash it up and make it look like the way you guys just pound it.
Yeah.
Once you just do it with that until it's now like then you eat. It's the most. I love it. It's the sweetest.
No, actually, we have different ways to make cassava in Nigeria.
We make it cook, and there's another way of cooking it. We first ground it. We ground cassava.
Oh yes.
After ground, now that and you just cook it like ugali direct.
That one is like gari.
It's like gari.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like gari. So there are two forms. That's a two forms. But now most time we prefer to add cassava in our other flours, like in the millet flour, in the. If you can combine it with other flours, it tastes so great. Now here in actually we when we are taking our food, our most common food is kalo. Kalo is millet flour. You know millet, right?
Yeah, no millet.
So grounded millet. Most time when we are eating now our millet, we make sure there is some content of cassava.
Is it that brown ugali?
That brown ugali. This guy is looking for fufu. It's somewhere where they make that fufu from town. Let me see if I can.
In Gulu?
Yeah, in Gulu.
Please, I need to see.
Like the cassava fufu.
I wanted to add something on how if the girl can really cater for the boy. Because when you bring a girl in to step in and to be ready for marriage, you first stay with the gentleman who brought you like for a year. While you're staying with him, the training is from the mother.
Oh yeah.
From the mother-in-law to the lady. So she'll be training you before you going to step in to stay with that man who brought you to start a family at once. So you first do the training like for a year. For that training, we see if you can mop in case of mopping. If it's there. We see if you can smear the grass touchers, both the floor and even the wall. Plus the veranda. Yeah. And we see if you can dig, but mostly for the women, digging is not the priority.
Yes.
So maybe the weeding
Yeah.
is the priority. Then after all those things, maybe you can go to the bush and collect firewood
Yeah,
and bring
firewood.
home. Yeah, can you grind on the grinding
It's
stone?
very important. Grinding our most favorite OD.
Yeah, we can grind
on
OD.
is peanuts.
Even the millet. And
Yeah.
there's also sorghum.
We used to make our
Sorghum.
ugali on the stones. I don't know if the same thing with those days when
Ugali.
there was no machine.
Ugali?
The flour.
The
We
flour.
used to make it from the stone.
Even near Gary, we could make it on the stone.
On the stone.
Yeah.
You just ground everything on the stone. We only used the pistol and the motor
Yeah.
and the grinding stone for processing our food. There was nothing like machine, nothing like what. So those were our machines for making food back in the days.
Yeah, when technology wasn't still
Yeah, when
there.
there was nothing, we were using our African
Oh, that's
technology.
no, this is crazy because I think that the same culture is being embedded to Nigerian girls actually, because Nigerian girl, for you to be worthy to get married to a man, you have to know some certain things. Like for example, when I was in Nairobi, Kenya, I saw an egusi, egusi. So I bought the egusi, peeled one. So I gave it a Kenyan girl to peel. It took her like almost 2-3 weeks. But if we are come from Nigeria, that kind of thing, a Nigerian girl can just sit down on one sitting, she will finish it or before she leave there.
Like you see this young baby, they are already training her on how to do the small house.
Yeah.
She can now, if you see that she can now wake up in the morning, collect utensils to go wash them, get the broom and try to sweep the compound, or the house, sweep the house. Those minor things she already now can do it.
As even like she's just 4.
Yeah, it is a culture. When you are growing up as in a Choli land, we really value respect for the elders. You as a woman, you should be so respectful. That's why even if you go at your husband's place, you need to see that value of respect. You need to, if you go and you find your in-laws, you have to go on your knees and greet all of them. They want to see, is this woman very respectful?
And some African countries, their ladies see that as if it's slavery.
Yeah, they see it like slavery.
Because they are westernized. It's just African way of living.
Yeah, it's our African way of living and our culture. And
Our culture,
should be embraced.
We have to. Oh wow, that's crazy, man.
It's just part of the culture. Can never be crazy.
Guys, I don't. If you think there's similarities or if you think it's a coincidence, let me comment below. If you're Igbo, you think there's something related to maybe low Igbo, kindly comment, because I'm kind of curious, because they can't be coincidences, obviously.
They can't, because I've also heard of that, so it can't be by coincidence.
Because
Many people have been talking about the similarities between the Igbo and the Luos.
I've gone to Kisumu.
There is some history about it that we need
there
to
must
dig
be. When I went to Barack Obama's uncle in Kisumu, Kogelo, he told that he even went to Nigeria to kind of investigate, to know the differences and the similarities between Igbo and the Luo. He read almost all the plays he reads are mostly Nigerian playwright, like Things Fall Apart. Because he said that whenever you're reading those things, he feel connected to the culture.
Exactly.
So if you guys are watching Igbo movie,
that's why I always watch a lot of the Igbo movies. I feel like this is exactly how we live our lives. Like their lifestyle, the way they conduct themselves, everything. It is just so similar to the way we live our life. It feels so at home staying in Igbo land, village.
The same way I feel about Kisumu. And the first time I was coming from South Sudan, I passed through Gulu.
Just normally, if I go to Nigeria and I go to the village, I don't think there's going to be anything hard for me to.
Exactly.
Because even the way you guys process your food or everything, so it's just the same thing. That's why I feel like I've never tasted any Nigerian food, but I would love to taste it because I feel like they cook really very nice food.
Yeah. Mado. And we have so many food in Nigeria. Same here in Luo. And I saw when you were dancing some Igbo music over there, you were dancing to it. Even the same dance steps, the rhythm, everything just means as if.
You just feel like maybe it's not the same, but I feel like there's some kind of.
Yeah, the rhythm just matches.
Yeah, sure, that is true.
Mado. Guys, I don't know, but if you let me know if you're watching this and you're a grandfather watching this, please enlighten us.
Sure,
because we're just
go and help us with those histories.
They say that the first generation will do something, second generation will remember, but the third will forget.
Sure.
So this generation that forgets. So maybe we are forgotten. kindly remind us in the comment section. Does it mean that Luos came from Nigeria? Because if you're adding Luo and Igbos together, that means they're the biggest tribe in the whole world.
Now we shall be very big if it's
if you're putting Luo and Igbo together, means they're the biggest. Already Igbos were like over 85 million people, both
big.
home and abroad.
It's really big, by the way.
So just add imagine you add Luo on it.
Well, it's going to be very, because now Luos all over the world. They're all over
Imagine
the world.
they are Luos
like,
in Kenya.
They're like empty.
They are here in South Sudan. They are here in Uganda. Even in Tanzania, they have Luos.
Yeah, even Tanzania there is Luo. There is Ethiopia. There is Congo. There is
Congo too.
There is Congo, Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya, South Sudan, Tanzania.
Let me bust your head. Do you know that fufu? Originally, they say fufu came from Congo.
Are you sure?
Originally,
Wow.
they have one of the best fufu.
Where?
After Igbo people.
So we shall go and
Samuel,
investigate.
I
I
told
think
you that.
Yes. Fufu. They have fufu, as in, not a fancy one. The original fufu is processed in Congo.
Congolese might be the Luos.
It might be. The world is so big but so small.
They are so small, guys. If you begin to trace, you find that all of us maybe when they came from one place.
Mad. Wow. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If, like I said earlier, if you have any history behind these two tribes, kindly comment in the comment section below to enlighten us. We are the third generation that forgets, and we don't want to forget. So enlighten
We want
us.
to keep those things people should not know about. We don't want to be the one that disappeared, vanished with the information.
Yeah, but once we forget, the one that come after us forgets too.
They will not forget completely.
Yeah. So, bro, what do you have to say next? When are you coming to Nigeria to see your Igbo people?
We put everything in the hands of the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. If He says yes, if He opens the door, we can go. Anytime.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, this is the lady. This is the girl that she's just 4 years, but she's a talent.
Yeah, very talented.
Because if she can know the moves at this age, which by the time she get to 10 years, she'll be a superstar. That if she's being nurtured, and a lot of the daddy is following her up. Because her kinds, if you leave them, they'll forget. But if you keep on following them up, that's why in Western world they have more successful kids than in Africa, because they pay more attention to their kids, when they are growing up.
Yes, guys, check out my channel, Simple Gladys.
Also have
subscribe also to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, let's get him to 1K subscribers as soon as possible.
1K.
And of course, our Pekin over here, Pekin.
Anyaka Kim Gang.
Does she have a YouTube?
We are going to create a YouTube for her.
Okay, can you follow her on TikTok? She have a TikTok already, which that is doing very well. Follow her on TikTok. I will tag it here. Yeah, and of course, we are here in the village. Kindly subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay. Ciao.
Bye bye.
That's crazy. Guys, this is crazy.
Motor legs.
Pole. Look at this one, is dividing.
But I saw like the rocks here were small, but now they are just very many.
It grows now, rock grows. Yeah, oh, look at the animal. It's running.
Huh?
Like grass cutter, it's just running away.
I think that something is there.
Bushmeat.